The cost involved depends on. This is the detailed cost involved. This will all help to reduce the cost involved in traveling. Hello everyone, it's Gifty here again. To my new subscribers, thank you for stopping by, watching my videos and giving me your subscriptions, okay? And to my returning subscribers, hey family, thank you very much for always being with me. I really appreciate whatever that you are doing, liking my videos, sharing my videos. This is very much appreciated, okay? So today, I think anytime somebody will reach out to me concerning this whole travel issue, the only thing that the person will ask, or the first thing that the person will ask, will be like, Gifty, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? And I think it really matters, because you have to prepare, you have to know what you are going into before you start. But apart from that, I would also encourage you that the moment you start, you will end it. The moment you start, you will end it. I am talking out of my own experience, okay? So before we delve into today's content, I want to raise a disclaimer here that I am not an immigration consultant. Anything that I will be sharing today is from my personal experiences and the researches that I have done so far. Before much ado, let's get started into the video. Before I start, I will give you a detailed explanation of whatever that is involved in this travel routes, okay? I will also talk about one thing here. For the cost of traveling or relocating to Canada, it depends on the pathway that you are using, okay? If you are using the express entry pathway, then you are coming as a permanent resident, okay? So that one will demand you some form of documentation, which will give you a different cost. When you are coming with a work permit, that one will give you a different cost. And when you are using the school pathway or the education pathway, then that one too will come with a different cost, okay? And even with the education pathway, if you are using a family, like you are coming with your family, then you must know that the cost will be a little bit high than you coming alone, okay? So based on my experience, I did everything with my spouse, so my cost is different. So I will just talk about the baseline, okay, as you coming as an individual. I will bring informations about joining your spouse and everything in my next video. So let's start everything. How much does it cost to land you in Canada using the education pathway? I will break everything into sections, okay? So I would use like 4 sections. First one, I will talk about the first part, which is the school application, because you have to get an admission before you can come. Then I will move to the visa. Then I will move to, after your visa, your movement to Canada. Let's talk about the first part. The first part is the school application cost. How much does it cost for you to get an admission in Canada? So basically, when you start the whole process, you will start with school application. Normally, the school application fee ranges from 85 to 100 Canadian dollars. So depending on the number of colleges that you applied to, then you should know that, okay, I am applying to 3, I am applying to 2. If you are applying for 2, you should know that you will multiply this amount by 2 or by 3. That one is optional. It depends on the number of colleges that you want to apply. Then you multiply it by this cost. So after you get your admission, what next? It depends on the college that you apply to. Some of the colleges will take a deposit, okay? Some of the colleges will tell you to pay a tuition deposit. So when you are applying for the college, you look through the application process. If they state for you that this is what you do and you know you are financially stable to do that, then you go for that college. So it depends on the college. If you are paying for admission deposits, it depends on the college. It will range from 200 to 500. Some of them will move on to 1,000. Okay, it depends. That one I cannot state it specifically. It depends on the college. Okay, so I will basically talk about the application fee, which I initially mentioned that it ranges from 85 to 100 Canadian dollars. Okay, so let's say you have gotten your admission. What's next? The next one is your visa application, right? So the moment you meet your conditional acceptance letter, then you will get your letter of acceptance, the original one for your visa application. So the visa application, I will first talk about the documentations you will need, of which in my previous videos I mentioned the documentations that you will need: your financial, your bank statements, your SOP, your other documentation, your printing and everything. That one depends on what you have, okay? And the printing and everything depends on the country or the city that you are staying in. Other documentations and other things depends on where you are living. So I won't really go much into that because it's an optional thing. I will talk about the visa application fee. How much does it cost for a visa application fee? So normally when you apply online, you pay the visa application fee together with your biometric fee. So it costs 235, okay, 235 Canadian dollars. Okay, so you convert it into your currency. That is just for the visa application. That is how much the visa application costs and the biometric fee. But your other expenses for the other documentation you will need for your visa, that one is optional to you, depending on the documents you have and the printing or the city that you are living in. Okay, so basically that is for the visa application. So after you submit your application, the next step is that they will call you for your medicals. Okay, so when they call you for your medicals, then you have to pay for a fee for your medicals. So you in Ghana, you do your medicals either at ICAI House or you will do it at IOM. So at IOM, I think they charge like 900 there, but for ICAI House they'll charge you like 1,250 in Ghana city. So you just convert it into your currency. Okay, so you pay for your medical cost. For my medical cost, I did it at ICAI House. So after your medicals, yeah, you are done with your visa application. They will just call you to submit your passport and they will give you your visa. Okay, so the next one that you will plan is your flight ticket. Your flight ticket. So how much does it cost for your flight ticket? For your flight ticket, it depends on the time that you are booking your flight ticket. Okay, when you book it closer to the date that you are coming, as I came in September and my flight, I think at the end of August, so I paid way higher. I paid way higher. Okay, but recently when I checked the prices, okay, this is how much it costs for a flight ticket. Okay, so when you book it closer to the time, it will go up, but you book it in advance, then you expect that the prices will be reduced. Okay, so basically that is everything about the whole thing before you move. And when you land here, when you are coming, you have to make sure that you get some pocket money for yourself, which is optional based on your finances left. Then you think about your accommodation. So the accommodation cost currently in where I am living in Ontario ranges from 500 upwards, depending on the room that you want to live in. If you want a single room self-contained, if you want a single room which is shared with someone, then the price normally ranges from 500 upwards, 500 Canadian dollars upwards. So basically, this is everything about the cost involved in relocating to Canada. In summary, you start with your visa application, which will give you a fee of 85 to 100 Canadian dollars. Then when your admission comes, depending on the college, you pay for your deposits or your parts payment of tuition fee, which depends on the school, and you have to check that one when you are applying. Okay, after the admission, you apply for your visa. The visa application fee will cost you $235 accounts, and also for your medicals you pay, depending on the country or the city or wherever that you are located. But as from my experience, I paid $1,250. Okay, then after that you pay for your flight tickets, which will reduce if you book it in advance. Okay, don't book it closer to the dates that you are coming. The moment they call you for your medicals, think about booking your flight so that it will be in advance. And so briefly, this is the whole cost that is involved in relocating to Canada. Okay, so the total cost that you incur in relocating to Canada depends on the amount, depends on where you live, the conditions that you are coming on, and also when you are coming as well. So my advice would be that, first of all, apply early, or try and apply to the colleges early, book your flight early. My advice would be that to reduce cost in this process, try and look for the colleges that offers admissions early as possible, so that you won't waste more money on other colleges. Okay, and then you apply for one or two, and also make sure you apply early so that you can get your visa documentations done early, book your flight in advance, search for your accommodation in advance. This will all help to reduce the costs involved in traveling to Canada. So guys, thank you very much for your time so far. I really appreciate you stepping by and watching my video. Please try and like, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comments section, and I'll do my possible best to answer all. Join my WhatsApp group if you need any questions to be answered, anything confusing you. Please try and join the WhatsApp group. We would make sure that we answer all your questions there as well. And also, I will also put it forward that if you want me to bring up with any content, please try and leave it at the comment section. I'll be bringing content about the express entry pathways, and also how I got my job and accommodation in Canada. Leave your comments at the comment section as well. Try and like this video. If you want me to bring up with any content, please leave it in the comment section, and I'll make sure I reply to you. Thank you.